Hello everyone. I, Dr. Shikha Bhatt, Assistant Professor of Tourism, Government PG College Ambala Kent, welcome you all in the lecture series on Tourism Product of India Culture. Today I am going to discuss on the topic Taj Mahal with you. Let's start. Aspects of Taj Mahal. Year of construction 1631, completed in 1653, time taken 22 years, built by Shah Jahan, whose actual name was Prince Khurram, dedicated to Mumtaz Mahal, his wife, whose actual name was Arjuman Bano Begum, location Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India, building type Islamic tomb, architecture Mughal, combination of Persian, Islamic and Indian architecture style, architect Ustad Ahmad Lahori, cost of construction 32 crore rupees, number of workers 20,000, highlights one of the seven wonders of the world, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Best time to visit Taj Mahal is October to March. Timings sunrise to sunset. Friday is closed. Fee rupees 750 for foreign tourists, rupees 510 for citizens of SAARC and BIMSTEC countries, rupees 20 for domestic Indian tourists, and no entry fee for children below 15 years of age, either domestic or foreigner. Let us have introduction and history of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is a beautiful monument built on the bank of river Yamuna in Agra. The Taj Mahal of Agra is one of the seven wonders of the world for reasons more than just looking magnificent. It's the history of Taj Mahal that adds a soul to its magnificence, a soul that is filled with love, remorse, loss, and love again. Because if it was not for love, the world would have been robbed of a fine example upon which people base their relationships. An example of how deeply a man loved his wife, that even after she remained but a memory, he made sure that this memory would never fade away. This man was the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, who was head over heels in love with Mumtaz Mahal, his dear wife. She was a Muslim Persian princess. Her name was Arjuman Bano Begum before marriage, and he was the son of the Mughal Emperor Jahangir and grandson of Akbar the Great. It was at the age of 14 that he met Mumtaz and fell in love with her. 5 years later, in the year 1612, they got married. Mumtaz Mahal, an inseparable companion of Shah Jahan, died in 1631 while giving birth to their 14th child, namely Gohara Begum. It was in the memory of his beloved wife that Shah Jahan built a magnificent monument as a tribute to her, which we today know as the Taj Mahal. The construction of Taj Mahal started in the year 1631. Masons, stonecutters, inlayers, carvers, painters, calligraphers, dome builders, and other artisans were requisitioned from the whole of the empire and also from Central Asia and Iran, and it took approximately 22 years to build what we see today. An epitome of love, it made use of the services of 22,000 laborers and 1,000 elephants. The monument was built entirely of white marble, which was brought from Makrana, Rajasthan and Central Asia. After an expenditure of approximately 32 million rupees, Taj Mahal was finally completed in the year 1653. It was soon after the completion of Taj Mahal that Shah Jahan was deposed by his own son Aurangzeb and was put under house arrest at nearby Agra fort. Shah Jahan himself also lies entombed in this mausoleum along with his wife. Moving further down the history, it was at the end of the 19th century that British Viceroy Lord Curzon ordered a sweeping restoration project, which was completed in 1908 as a measure to restore what was lost during the Indian Rebellion of 1857. Taj being blemished by British soldiers and government officials who was also deprived the monument of its immaculate beauty by chiseling out precious stones and lapis lazuli from its walls. Also, the British style lawns that we see today adding on to the beauty of Taj were remodeled around the same time. Despite prevailing controversies, past and present threats from Indo-Pak War and environmental pollution, this epitome of love continues to shine and attract people from all over the world. This is the layout of Taj Mahal complex. Here is the main building of Taj Mahal complex, that is tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. Here she is lying with her beloved Shah Jahan, rest in peace. And this is mosque, guest house. This is Charbagh. Charbagh is actually a garden area of Taj Mahal. Servant quarters, the main gateway is here, royal tombs and forecourt you can find here. Architecture and design of Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal covers an area of 42 acres in total, with the terrain gradually sloping from south to north towards the river Yamuna in the form of descending terraces. The main gateway, situated at the end of the long watercourse decorated in calligraphy with verses from Holy Quran, and a domed central chamber, was constructed from the period 1932 to 1938. The original door of this massive sandstone gateway was made out of solid silver. It was constructed to serve the function of preventing the people from getting any glimpse of the tomb until they are right in the doorway itself. With a vertical symmetry, the main gateway of Taj Mahal stands bordered with Arabic calligraphy of verses from the Quran made up of black sandstone. The main tomb of Taj Mahal stands on a square platform that was raised 50 meters above the river bank and was leveled with dirt to reduce seepage from the river. The four minarets on each corner of the square are detached facing the chamfered angles of the main and are deliberately kept at 137 feet to emphasize the beautiful and spherical dome that itself is 58 feet in diameter and 81 feet high. The western side of the main tomb has the mosque, and on the eastern side is the Nakkar Khana, or you can say guest house or rest house, both made in red sandstone. The two structures not only provide an architectural symmetry but also make for an aesthetic color contrast. One can only marvel at the mosque and the rest house, as despite being on the opposite end, the two are mirror image of each other. Out of the total area of 580 meter by 300 meter, the garden alone covers 300 meter by 300 meter. The immaculate symmetry with which this garden has been laid out can be experienced everywhere. The Islamic style architecture of this garden also has a well-defined meaning that symbolizes spirituality, and according to the Holy Quran, the lush green well watered is a symbol of paradise in Islam. The raised pathways divide each of the four quarters into 16 flower beds with around 400 plants in each bed. Even today, the garden boasts of being a tranquil and soothing region in the entire complex and is considered best place for taking snaps of the main tomb. A shoddy burial crypt inside the Taj Mahal houses the tombs of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan himself, who was buried there after he died. Above these tombs is the main chamber that has the false tombs, and perforated marble screens have been used to transmit light into the burial chamber. Typical of mausoleums of the Mughals, semi-precious stones are exquisitely inlaid in both the tombs. Calligraphic inscriptions of the 99 names of Allah can also be found on the sides of actual tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj has some wonderful specimens of polychrome inlay art both in the interior and exterior, on the dados, on centers, and on the marble jhajri jali screen around them. Shah Jahan's tomb, which lies next to that of Mumtaz Mahal, was never planned and deranges the otherwise perfect symmetry of the Taj. Forecourt. The Taj Mahal is split into three sections, and the forecourt is the second in importance. The other two sections are the main mausoleum area and the Taj Ganj. The imposing sandstone gateway is the main entrance to the mausoleum. The forecourt is enveloped by a red sandstone wall that considered of 128 shops, also called the Jilo Khana or Chowk-e-Jilo Khana. Taj Gateway. Taj Gateway is an image of a white teardrop with a red trident located above the pointed tip of the knee. When the gateway was under construction, this frontal gateway served as the main entrance. All these motifs of the gateway reflect a Hindu touch, and twinned flowers, mainly red lotus ones, leaves and vines ornament the sloping sides of the niche. These motifs were formed by semi-precious stones inlaid in the marble, and within the archway of this main gateway is a huge chamber with an arched roof decoration. The experts have not been able to unlock the mystery of the countless rooms that lay inside it, which have twisting and side branching hallways that were seemingly built to confuse its entrance but have been unused for 3 centuries. Most of all, it's the stunning view of the Taj from inside the main gateway that remains etched in viewers' memories long after the show is over. Taj Mahal Gardens. The garden that starts from the end of the main gateway and ends near the squared base of the mausoleum is an integral part of the Taj Mahal structure and is undeniably one of the major highlights of the visit for many. The garden that beautifies Taj comes from the Persian Timurid style of gardens and is based on the concept of paradise garden and was brought in by Babur. This garden filled with flowers, fruits, birds, leaves, symmetry and delicacy served many functions along with portraying strong symbolic or abstract meaning about paradise. A paradise which according to Islamic belief consists of 4 rivers, one of water, one of milk, one of honey and one of wine. And it is from this concept that Charbagh of Taj Mahal originated. Also, the symbolism of the garden and its division are noted in the Islamic text that describe paradise as a garden filled with abundant trees, flowers, and plants out of the total area of 580 meter by 300 meter of Taj Mahal complex. These gardens alone cover an area of 300 meter by 300 meter distance and are based on geometric arrangements of nature. No attempt was made to give them a natural look. Another architectural attribute that has been followed in the case of the entire monument, especially the garden of the Taj Mahal of Agra, is the usage of number 4 and its multiplies. Since 4 is considered the holiest number in Islam, all the arrangements of Charbagh garden of Taj Mahal are based on 4 or its multiplies. The entire garden is divided into 4 parts with 2 marble canals studded with fountains crossing in the center. In each quarter portion, there are 16 flower beds that have been divided by stone paved raised pathways. It is said that even each of the flower bed was planted with 400 plants. The trees of the Taj garden are either that of cypress, signifying death, or of the fruit-bearing type, signifying life, and even they are arranged in a symmetrical pattern. Taj Mahal occupies the north end corner of the gate garden, Tajganj. The area directly outside of the forecourt is known today as Tajganj. It was once a large steaming bazaar with stalls containing gems and other luxuries. Tajganj, this is Tajganj, you can find here. This is just after forecourt. Foundation of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was built on the bank of river Yamuna and there is a use of wood ebony in its foundation. Inside the Taj Mahal, the burial chamber is located right beneath the central chamber and it consists of the actual graves of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan covered by 2 cenotaphs. And since the Muslim tradition forbids elaborate decoration of graves, these cenotaphs have different motives in their decoration. The real cenotaph of Mumtaz Mahal has an almost undecorated platform and is engraved with passages from the Holy Quran promising God's mercy and forgiveness. Also, the 99 beautiful names of Allah can be found as calligraphic inscriptions on the sides of the actual tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. The cenotaph of Shah Jahan that was added Much later is bigger than the cenotaph of his wife and is more simplistically decorated than his cenotaph above. Although the same designs appear on the sides of the sarcophagus elements, they are smaller in size. Coming out of such elaborately designed structure as Taj is like coming out of an era that had gone by, an era that added to the world in more than one way, an era that has been kept alive by the wonder that is Taj Mahal. Ornamentation and moldings. The natural and beautiful flowers like tulips, irises, daffodils, and narcissus filled in opulent vases appear here in basic tripartite arrangement rather than individual flowering plants of the pista halls outside. Another remarkable feature that surrounds the cenotaph of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan in the central chamber is the intricately carved marble screen or jali and is a delight to look at. The semi-precious stones forming twining vines, fruits and flowers inlaid delicately form the rest of the surfaces. The floor of the Taj is paved in a geometrical pattern consisting of octagonal stars alternating with cruciform shapes. Calligraphy. The Taj Mahal always welcomes each of its visitors with an inscription written in beautiful handwriting on the great gate that reads, O soul, thou art at rest. Return to the Lord at peace with him and he at peace with you. It was Abdul Haq who created this in 1609 and was bestowed with the title of Amanat Khan by none other than Emperor Shah Jahan himself. Along with spellbinding architecture and a picturesque background, the calligraphy done is one of the fantabulous ornamental decorations done on the surface of Taj Mahal. The calligraphy of the Taj Mahal mainly consists of verses and passages from the holy book of Quran. It was done by inlaying jasper in the white marble panels. These passages were inscribed by Amanat Khan in an illegible Tulu script. A number of the panels also bear his signatures. Black marble has been used to decorate both the south gateways and the main mausoleum with Arabic inscriptions. The text chosen refer broadly to the themes of judgment and fruitful paradisiacal rewards for the faithful. The inscriptions over the gateway invite the reader to enter the paradise, and as one enters towards the main mausoleum, the tone of the inscription changes from paradisiacal to that of an impending doom that awaits the unbelievers on the day of judgment. However, once inside the mausoleum, the tone of the inscriptions changes yet again from judgment to paradisiacal. It is also believed that Aman Khan even chose the passages for the calligraphy of Taj Mahal Agra. The exterior of Taj Mahal are located with verses from the Quran like Surah 91, the Sun, Surah 112, the purity of faith, Surah 89, daybreak, Surah 93, morning light, etc. Storm water management. The Chahbagh plan that was beautifully adopted by the architects of Taj who wanted to give it a heavenly aura did this by successfully incorporating the water devices, water which was brought from the river Yamuna into the system in which a way that the garden looks full of life even after 3 centuries. The lush green grass, the unmatched floral beauty, the ever-growing trees, and the most stunning features of all, an elevated lotus pond in the center of the garden that gives the pure reflections of the Taj Mahal is a mark of architectural wizardry being put into action to perfection by carefully orchestration and putting up of water devices at the Taj Mahal in a very symmetrical and systematical manner. The end result was the already gorgeous view of the Taj Mahal is further enhanced by a total of 24 fountains on all four sides of this lotus pond. Birds, a rope and bucket pulled by bullocks were used for drawing water from the river, and from there the water was transferred to a huge storage tank. Again, 13 birds were used to pump the water from the tank. from this tank, the water was taken into another huge storage tank through an overhead water channel. From this tank, water was again pumped through 14 ports and finally filled into 3 supply tanks through another channel. The last one of the supply tanks had pipe mouths in its eastern wall. These pipes entered the Taj Mahal enclosure from underground, with one of them moving towards the mosque to supply the fountains in the tanks on the red sandstone plinth below the marble structure. Part of the present water supply still uses the tanks of the old aqueduct, which are filled from wells by electric pumps. Canal. The mosque. Enhancing the already present splendor of the Taj Mahal is a building that stands on the western side of it, a mosque made up of red sandstone. It serves two purposes. First, it was obligatory according to the Muslim law for each mausoleum to have a place of worship nearby. Second, the mosque and a mirror image of the mosque, a guest house that stands on the opposite side of it, together provide a perfect symmetrical balance to the architecture of whole of Taj Mahal. Used for prayer purpose, the mosque faces the direction of the holy city of Mecca and is believed to have been built by Isa Muhammad. The exterior possesses one dominant portal known as an Iwan, and on either side of it are two smaller arches. Three marble-coated domes and four little domed kiosks with marble veneer make up for the splendid visual of the mosque, a design that is similar to others built by Shah Jahan, particularly to his Masjid Jahan Numa or Jama Masjid, Delhi. The interior hosts an elegantly designed floor that is made up of a material that appears to be velvet red in shade and is in the shape of clearly defined prayer mats. 569 prayer mats in total. The interior of the mosque are inscribed with delicately calligraphy citing the name Allah and quotation from scriptures taken from Surah 91, the sun taken from the holy book of Quran. However, the main feature of the mosque that distinguishes it from the opposite structure of the guest house is the presence of mihrab and minbar. The mihrab is an intended enclosure that indicates the direction of Makkah and the direction which the Muslims face to perform their prayers or salat. The place from where the priest delivers a speech is known as minbar and is always positioned to the right hand side of the mihrab and consists of 3 steps to a flat platform. Taj Mahal Night Tour. Although until a few years back the night viewing of Taj Mahal was not allowed, but in 2004 the government lifted the 20-year-long ban and allowed for an initial viewing for 3 months, after which it was made permanent. It is now allowed for 5 nights in a month, that is on the full moon night, 2 days before it and 2 days after it, except on Fridays or the month of Ramzan. The night wing is opened for 4 hours from 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. for a maximum of 400 people per day, divided into 8 batches of 50 people for duration of 30 minutes only. The tickets for the night viewing of Taj Mahal can be purchased one day in advance of the date of night viewing from the booking counter located in the office of the Archaeological Survey of India, Agra Circle 22, The Mall, Agra, Uttar Pradesh, in between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The tickets can also be cancelled at the above location on the same date of viewing before 1 p.m. with cancellation charges of 25% per ticket. Tourists must reach at Shilpgram near eastern gate of Taj Mahal half an hour before the scheduled time mentioned on their tickets for security checks. Fee for night tour is rupees 750 for adult foreign, rupees 510 for adult Indian, and rupees 500 for child between 3 to 15 years of age, either foreign and Indian nationals. Free entry for children below 3 years of age, Indian and foreigners. How to reach Taj Mahal? Taj Mahal is just 204 kilometers from south of Delhi. By air, Agra has its own airport, namely Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Airport, which is around 7 kilometers from the city center. Indian Airlines operates flights to Agra on a daily basis. By train, there is a good network of trains connecting Agra with the rest of the country. Apart from the main railway station of Agra cantonment, there are two stations also, that of Raja Ki Mandi and Agra Fort. The main trains connecting Agra with Delhi are Palace on Wheels, Shatabdi, Rajdhani and Taj Express. By road, there are regular bus services from Agra to a number of important cities. The main bus stand of Eidgah has a number of buses running from Delhi, Jaipur, Mathura, Fatehpur Sikri, etc. Local transportation: after reaching Agra, the tourists can get local transport such as auto rickshaw, cycle rickshaw, tempo or taxi to reach Taj Mahal or other nearby monuments. Bicycle can also be hired in order to visit the Taj, as petrol and diesel vehicles are not allowed nearby the monument. To provide convenience to the tourists, tangas, bus operated by battery and cycle rickshaws are used to reach the Taj Mahal. Attractions near Taj Mahal. The very first one is Agra Fort. One of the famous tourist places near Taj Mahal is Agra Fort. Situated near Taj Mahal, it was constructed by the Emperor Akbar in the year 1565. However, numerous additions were carried on in this fort till the name of Shah Jahan. A beautiful example of Mughal architecture made up of entirely of red sandstone. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Akbar's tomb, Sikandra. The tomb of Akbar, situated at Sikandra, is the last resting place of the Mughal Emperor Akbar the Great and is only 13 kilometers from the Agra fort. The architectural style of this tomb is quite different from almost all the other tombs of the Mughals. The pyramidal tomb was completed by Akbar's son Jahangir in the year 1613 and has the 99 names of Allah inscribed on it. Fatehpur Sikri. The deserted city of Fatehpur Sikri is situated near Agra, constructed by Mughal Emperor Akbar. It was completed in the year 1584, located 35 kilometers from Agra. It is one of its kind city and is counted amongst the most majestic cities of the Mughal Empire. It is also one of three UNESCO World Heritage Sites situated in Agra, other two being Taj Mahal and Agra Fort. Itmad-ud-Dola tomb. Noor Jahan, the wife of Jahangir, got the Itmad-ud-Dola tomb constructed in between 1622 and 1628 AD. It was constructed in the memory of her father, Gyasuddin Beg, located on the left bank of river Yamuna. The tomb is an opulent structure and is considered to be an antecedent of the Taj Mahal because of its intricate carvings and inlay work. Mankameshwar Temple. About 2.5 kilometers from Taj Mahal and less than 1 kilometer away from Agra Fort is located one of the four ancient temples dedicated to Lord Shiva that stands on each corner of the Agra city. It is surrounded by the markets of the Mughal era gone by. Rambagh. Built by Babur in 1528, Rambagh is the oldest Mughal garden of India. Located on the banks of river Yamuna, less than 3 kilometers away from Taj Mahal, it was designed so that the wind from the river coupled with greenery would help maintain cool during the peak summer days. The original name of this garden was Aram Bagh, or the Garden of Relaxation. Thanks.